What's good, motherfucking bitch? It's me, Bello, back again, 8 inches and thick, about to watch the worst punishments in human history. If you're watching this video, you better come to my Twitch, or me and my 4 viewers give you backshots.
Let's start with the bad and slowly work our way towards the stuff of nightmares.
You know, I feel like it's probably the worst punishment ever. I seen the Vikings. The Vikings will make like a fucking eagle. Like, they'll spread your lungs and your rib cages and shit.
Number 10, the Rat Dungeon. If you were alive in London, England during the medieval period...
See, of course, the Rat Dungeon is gonna have to do something with England. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People from England are low-key dirty as fuck.
Since this punishment struck paralyzing fear into the hearts of even the most hardened criminals. This was a cell that was located at the bottom of the London Tower, where prisoners were shackled and chained in complete darkness. But here's the thing, the dungeon was connected to the nearby river and just below the river's waterline, so that when the water levels rose, all the rats that lived along the riverbed would be pushed out of their shelters and forced to swim downstream. This would have
Rats can swim? That's fucking crazy.
Of course, lead the hungry and angry rats towards the entrance of the dungeon, where they would then come face to face with the prisoner. But to the unlucky
these motherfucking rats are low-key fucking super animals.
prisoner, he never actually saw anything, and all he would hear were the soft scurries of the rat's feet entering the dungeon. And in a matter of minutes, these soft noises were in the hundreds.
Fucking rats running a train on him while eating him.
Around him.
Y'all think rats be fucking? Let's say if they like see a dead piece of like, let's say they see like cheese. You think rats be fucking cheese then eat it? I feel like rats might be just like fucking inanimate objects, low key.
Angry and aggressive rats would then begin to take small bites from the prisoner, who had
hell no. Yo, imagine getting eaten alive by. You think rat dick is 2 millimeters long? It's gotta be bigger than that, bro. 2 millimeters?
He might be able to shake the rats off for a few hours, but eventually the prisoner would pass out from pure exhaustion. And while he slept, the rats would continue to take bites from his flesh. Eventually, when he would wake up, he would discover hundreds of bites throughout his entire body.
Crazy.
Number 9, the rack. This was yet another
I think we all seen these, bro, in like TV shows.
punishment that took place
Will they like stretch you?
in the London Tower.
Yo, why is everything about London? What's up with these English motherfuckers? Yo, these guys are fucking evil.
The rack was a torture device that was used in many places throughout history.
So you think the rack's worse than the rats?
This form of punishment was originally designed for getting a confession, usually from slaves or prisoners of war. The device looked like a large ladder, but instead of secure steps, they would actually rotate like a rolling pin. You see, when a prisoner was placed on the rack, he would have his feet and wrists tied to a ratchet pulley system, where
why is he horny?
2 legal officials would slowly turn their shoulders, hips, knees, and elbows with every single turn.
Damn.
This was all done to get information, but of course, a lot of the times the truth was not accepted as reality, and the prisoner would then begin to say whatever he believed the officials wanted to hear. Sometimes it would work and the prisoners would be let go, while other times they would be tortured even more for lying.
That's fucking
When the
crazy,
whole ordeal was
That's
over, prisoners were usually released with dislocated joints, but oftentimes they were left completely paralyzed.
What the fuck, bro?
That was the case in England in 1447 when a 25-year-old girl named Anne Askew would be tortured on the rack for hours and hours on end and left completely paralyzed.
Imagine doing that to your dick? You fucking crazy.
She was then carried on a
Yo, what the fuck were these English people doing? Yo, these motherfuckers were not normal.
chair and burned alive at the stake. All this because she read and memorized scriptures from the Bible, which she preached in private to a small group of women, which were
So yo, she got tortured for spreading the gospel?
including your own husband,
What?
which was the person that turned her in.
What? Oh my. Yo, the English people are fucked. English people are fucked.
Number 8, keelhauling.
What the
This brutal punishment was carried out at sea on sailors who would steal or be
keelhauling?
violent towards others and would usually result in death. Keelhauling would
is that, bro?
start with a sailor having his arms tied with a rope, then looped around the entire circumference of the ship before being tied off to his feet. The sailor would then be thrown overboard while the group of men on board pulled on the rope to slowly drag him around the outside of the ship.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Including over the keel, which
oh my gosh!
is how this punishment gets its name.
You know why I know about the keel? Because I watched One Piece. Before the Queen Mary went down, her keel was damaged, bro.
But a lot of the times, the sailor wouldn't even have to worry about it, since they were dead before they ever reached it.
Oh my gosh. Back in the day, they jacked you off till you were gone. I would love to go out like that, bro. Go. Wait, would that be a good death? Being stroked to your death? Like, just the motherfuckers are stroking you until you die. What's your limit, guys? What do you think your limit is until how many nuts you bust until you just pass out? Probably like 9.
And necks broke.
2 nuts? Wow, you guys are not real gooners.
And on the keel, a sailor actually happens to make it all the way around the ship without dying. One of 3 things will happen. 1, he would be sent for round 2.
What the fuck?
For sure be dead by then. 2, be freed and allowed back on the ship, where he would then slowly die to infection. Or 3, live the rest of his life single and being made fun of, since he was now fully covered in scars from head to toe.
Yo, motherfuckers in England were deadass the devils. Sorry to my UK people, but what the fuck is this?
Number 7, crushed by elephant.
I'm not watching this. I'm not gonna watch. There's no explanation you need to give me about how bad crushing an elephant is, bro. Look at his head. Nope. Just go to the next thing.
Number 6, impalement. Probably one of the grossest
What the fuck?
and most cruel forms of punishment on the list. This has been used by a few countries throughout history, but was
Let me see if it's
most
Egypt?
usually against criminals that were highway robbers, grave thieves, or anyone who would try and start a rebellion. This punishment would start by having a criminal lay flat on their stomachs with their arms tied behind their back. They would then be sliced open with a razor to increase the size of
Oh my gosh.
their back door. And as soon as that incision was made, the cut would be lathered with paste
Oh no.
to instantly stop the blood. They would then thrust in a long wooden
Oh my god.
stake that
Yo, what the fuck were they doing back then?
was the width of a man's arm, which was sharply tapered
What's with his face? What's with his face? Why is he enjoying that shit?
on one end. They then begin to hit the wooden stake with the mallet, pushing it further and further in. And of course, the stake was greased up beforehand to make this process a lot smoother. And
No, we're skipping to the next one.
for penalty of the sack. And that's exactly what it was, just a lot more terrifying and cruel.
There's no way this is worse than the one before.
This all begins with a convicted murderer being placed inside a thick leather bag. But just to make sure the man isn't lonely, they would then add a dog, a rooster, a viper, and once all the animals are added inside the bag, it is then sewn shut, creating an almost airtight seal. Now you would think this would be horrible
Yeah, it's not that bad.
enough, but no, this is just the beginning, because as soon as the bag is sewn shut, it is then tossed into the ocean. But don't worry, later on, these murderers would be given the option to either be placed inside the leather bag or be sent to perform at the Colosseum, where they can perform the act of being mauled to death with a
What the fuck were they moving like, gang? Thank God I'm not born back then. Thank God.
Number 4. Rats, which involved placing a rat inside of a clay bowl, then
What?
placing it topside down on a prisoner's
Oh my-
stomach. Then the back of the bowl would be heated with either a torch
No, bro, stop, bro. What is this?
or some coals, causing the rat to go into a full-on panic, trying to escape from the heat. And its only way out was to burrow into the human. Once inside, it would continue to chew and tear apart whatever was in its way, desperately searching for a way. Eventually, the rat finds its way out of the maze and survives. The same could not be said for the prison.
Yo, that's fucking crazy.
They called it the Recto-cope.
Yo, bro.
Like the prisoners
He
to
shoved it up his ass? No. Next one. That would make me nut, not gonna lie. Yo, you're fucking...
to any.
I'm not gonna make you nut, bro. They're shoving a fucking 12-inch fucking pole up your ass.
Now let's talk about England, since they love this form
England again? Oh my...
of punishment so much. In England, this was used on traitors, murderers, pirates, and thieves. Number 2, Scaphism.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
This was a form of punishment that was used by the ancient Persian Empire on anyone that would be convicted of murder. First,
Yo, they were moving crazy, gang. That's a fucking SEO, bro. That's Assassin's Creed, right? Good old days, stop.
their backs and tied down. The boat had 4 holes cut out so that they were then force-fed large quantities of honey and milk until their stomachs
That is not milk, gang. That's not milk. That's straight cum.
were visibly full. They would then proceed to lather their entire body with the milk and honey as well. After all these steps were completed, he was
I just joined. Yo, imagine joining at this point.
Then-
Yo, we're about to see the worst punishment right after this. So I
pushed
wonder,
out
bro.
to the middle of the lake where he was completely exposed.
Yo, we just hit 9 live viewers.
Get extreme diarrhea diarrhea, which mixed with the sweet honey attracts rodents, bugs.
Nah, hell no. Bro, first of all, how do rats swim in the water? I still don't understand that. So you tell me there's rats in the ocean just chilling in the water?
Flies, and whatever other animals live near the lake. After being tormented by the animals throughout the entire night, you would think that the daytime maybe gets a little better. No, because as soon as the sun rises, the following boat gets another gigantic
What the fuck? Yo, these guys don't stop.
meal of milk and honey and an additional lathering. This would be done on a daily basis to prolong the punishment,
bro. I'm dead ass gonna puke.
For as long as possible. It was also well documented that the rodents would the oubliette.
What the fuck is what the fuck is that?
Oubliette simply means to forget in French. This was a punishment that was used in many places
Of course the French people have the #1
history, including in the London Tower, which had a
Yo, what's up with the English people? What's up in England?
Not only was this room pitch black, it was also so small that prisoners could not sit, stand, or lay down while inside it, and they would be left in this uncomfortable position for days on end.
Yo, imagine being here. First of all, what are you guys doing if you're just stuck in a room like this? I ain't gonna lie, #1 thing I'm doing is, like, I ain't gonna lie, if I'm stuck for like a week in there, I'm beating my shit. It's just ooze, fucking busts. You feel me? #1 though, like, realistically, you're probably praying to God, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you probably doing all the prayers you could do.
Prisoners were tossed inside of the cell and forgotten about, as the name implies.
So what happens though when you're in here? Like, how is this the worst?
Prisoner would just have to sit there and wait for their inevitable death, which usually came in a few days from dehydration or starvation. Now, of course,
that seems like the best.
First, this would be the best case scenario, because in reality, most of the time there would already be a rotting corpse inside of the cell to keep the new prisoner company. The previous occupier of the cell would serve as a daily reminder of his upcoming fate. But that's not the only companions that he infested with.
Look at that shit, bro!
With rats that have developed a taste for human flesh.
But it's not the worst though. This is not the worst. The second one was the worst. I ain't gonna lie. 10 live. Oh my god. 10 live viewers? Bro, I'm about to start working in this bitch. Huh? Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. Let me get back. Let me get back. Let me act nonchalant. Let me act this like this. This is nothing to me. This is nothing to me. I get 10 live viewers every day. It's nothing to me. I'm only letting Mark Zuckerberg fuck me if he's paying me at least 50 bands. If you're not giving me 50 bands, you're not allowed to touch this.
Men who have been placed inside one of these dungeons and kept alive for years and years.
So they're alive?
On end, surviving off crumbs of food and minimal amounts of water, prolonging their inevitable demise for as long as humanly possible.
They're still alive?
These cells were sometimes even placed on ground level so they can hear the voices and laughter of the
No, this is fucked. This is fucked.
People outside.
No, this is fucked. Yo, this is fucked. The failed curses. I'm not watching no more videos from this guy.
Experience.
This is top 5 worst.
You don't gotta feel no type of
What
way.
the
You just
fuck
gotta
is
fire
going
your
on?